fatted calf tonight. So, stick around. Oh, yeah.
What's going on, my lovely Jaratones? I am Jaren, back with another vocal analysis, vocal breakdown, whatever you want to call it. I'm back with another one of those. I did a reel on this performance for about like a minute and a half, like a little tiny reel. And a few of you guys were like, hey, we want a full video on this one, so hop to it. And so I decided to do it. I meant to do it a while ago. I just haven't got around to it, but I wanted to make sure that I got to it this go round. So y'all, let's do it. You know what it is, so let's do it.
Hey kids, shake it loose together.
It's almost like it keeps his articulation here. Hey kids, shake and loose together. So the corners of his mouth are kind of still.
The spotlight's hitting something that's been known to change the weather.
The spotlight's hitting something, if you will, 2-octave leap, so to speak. So he switched vocal registers or vocal fold mass vibrations, chesty to more heady, and he leaped up essentially 2 octaves. That was nice. That was nice. I mean, he jumped real far, you know, and had that control when jumping real far. And he said, some more scatting right there with that little nuance walk up right there. I'm doing it wrong, but you see the idea that I'm saying.
We'll kill the fatted calf tonight. So, stick around. Oh, yeah.
So he did a little Karen Clark, she did a little echo. So the mic pulled back each time as he repeated that so. And of course I can't do it because I don't got a mic in my hand. The mic is down here, stationary, but you see what I'm saying. So he kind of used the sound system to kind of give him that echo nuance, so to speak. And he just repeated that little ad-lib right there. In the Haiti part of his voice. And that stick around was wide. So stick around. Oh yeah, baby. Yeah, that stick around was wide in shape. So stick around.
You're gonna hear electric music, solid walls of sound. Shake hands and run, they have a singing, yeah. Oh, but the show's spaced out. Bennie and the Jets.
Bennie. So it's not it's Bennie, and then the Bennie, when you have that E in there for the word Bennie, you add that kind of E sound in there. So it's not Bennie, Bennie and the Jets. You see what I'm saying? So it's almost like a B neutralized vowel. Bennie and the Jets. And you come with the Bennie when you say the word Bennie, right? You come with that E sound and finish the phrase. And listen, Sir Elton John is in it. He is here. Bennie, and he is feeling it. I love that he's feeling this song. I love that he's feeling JACOB LUSK's performance. I love that. I love that. And you hear a lot of sides. You know, I read in a magazine. A lot of glissandos, slow glissandos. Magazine. See what I'm saying? So he got a lot of those little slides in there, kind of bigger slides, more so than little. They're kind of bigger, longer slides, but they're intentional. They're very intentional. Every time I hear this piano part, this iconic da 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 da, I think Mary J. Blige's song. That's the first time I heard this lick. Before I heard Elton John's version, I heard Mary J. Blige's version when I was little. And I was like, oh, Elton John, you know, that was his song, but yeah. And it's almost like his articulation is so loose. Like the friction of the articulation is not super fricative or super pronounced, if you will. It's kind of like this. So there's almost like a bounce and an ease to his articulation. Yeah, there's like a bounce and an ease to articulation. So it's not so much like gonna change the weather. It's gonna change the weather. And those lips kind of sit like this. So they're kind of loose and kind of neutralized. Gonna change the weather. You see what I'm saying? With those little breathy throws at the end a little bit. You see what I'm saying? That kind of loose, relaxed lip position kind of gives him that loosey-goosey, really free sound that he has in here.
We shall survive, let us take ourselves along. Well, and by the parents out in the streets to find us right in the wrong.
And it's so interesting because his voice has such lightness and clarity up in this part, in these pitches. It almost kind of gives the illusion of like a heady sound a little bit. But you can tell he's in his thicker folds, kind of a chestier sound. But it's just so cool because even this part of his voice is kind of lighter. You know, he kind of just has a lighter approach to this chesty sound. You know, so it kind of just gives that illusion of a heady sound, but it's not really a heady sound. But I think it's because it's so light and free, it sounds heady because of the freedom and the lightness therein. You hear that S? Bennie and the Jets. The backup singers and the musicians, they're all Bennie and the Jets. So the S is not a voice consonant. It's air. It's not the voice. If you voice it, it'll become more of like a Z, if you will. So Bennie and the Jets. But you can extend the S sound because of the airflow and how it's produced. Bennie and the Jets. So he's coming in with the second part of the chorus, and they're still on the of Jets. And as it goes higher, you can see the mouth kind of getting more wider and brighter too. So the whole loose lip thing is not exclusive or not, you know, definitive. It's more like depending on where he is in the song, his approach is more like this. But as he gets higher, it gets wider and brighter, and the tongue even raises a little bit. There's that extended S again. Jets. I mean, he's really taking them to church. All of these nuances, all of the stage presence, how the song is kind of progressing, how he's kind of singing the song as it progresses. This is basically like a gospel rendition of Bennie and the Jets. You know, I'm here for it though. You know, I love turning something to church. So you see his teeth, you see that mouth is more wide and brighter because he's higher. This mouth position can really help you hit higher notes easier depending on what you want to do. So yeah, more brighter, higher, maybe a little bit of a higher tongue blade. Kind of gives you more ammo to sing higher more efficiently depending on what you want to do with your voice. That little part right there had a little tiny grit in there on the right there, had a tiny bit of little compression, a little air pressure grit thing going on right there. Tiny bit, it was tiny bit. Now he's back to Bennie and the Jets. That more loosey, really relaxed lip position. Bennie and the Jets. And that kind of darkens the sound a little bit. Instead of Bennie and the Jets, you see already, you can hear the difference when I do Bennie, Bennie, Bennie. I'm doing a change in mouth position. Okay, yeah. Jets, yeah. That was nice. I like that. That was a nice little run right there. But you can see right there in his body, it's Benny. Benny. He's kind of pressing into it a little bit. Benny. Bennie and the Jets. Yeah. Listen, Johnny is kicking it, okay? Go ahead, girl. That was a nice walk up, a nice little ascending run. Ascending runs aren't easy to do. That was nice. Yeah, that was a nice walk up right there. And you see that mouth position change. And he kind of went up there to that brightness at the end of that Benny, but it was Benny. He up there. But again, it's that lighter voice that he has. It just doesn't have a ton of weight to it. So he has this ease going up into these higher notes. You hear the grit, Benny, 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 Benny. You hear that grit right there? He kind of adds that in. And I think the B plosive consonant kind of lends itself to having more of that grit or that press in there, because you almost build up a little air pressure to get the B sound out. So I feel like when you have some plosive consonants or certain types of consonants, you almost lend yourself to having more of kind of a grit when you produce these consonants a little bit. Benny, 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 especially in this higher part of your range. You know, that may happen for some people. Growl for us, okay, Jacob? If you enjoyed this analysis, click subscribe down below, then click the alert button next to it so you know when the next video is posted, and give this a thumbs up as well so we can get out to more people. And as I will always continue to say to you, be vocally bold, creative, and aware, but most of all, be vocally you. I love you so much. I'll see you soon.